Okay. Everything should be set in motion now. Got my live dashboard ready. Got everything set up. I'm gonna wait a little bit, see if anybody else is gonna come in. Yeah, checking if TikTok is gonna slide me out or not. TikTok has this thing where if I am looking at even just like the most basic thing, it will go ahead and mark me as what is it? It will mark me as unoriginal content. So I need to make sure that that is okay. So I can read YouTube and TikTok. I have it all on my right side. Kali, welcome in. So I can see, even though YouTube is the chat that's going to be displayed on here, I can still read both TikTok and YouTube chats. But yes, Kali, welcome in. Merp, hello, hello. Kel, nice to see you as always. We're going to wait to about 2 more minutes, see if anybody else wants to trickle in, and then we'll start. But while we're here, you can ask anything, any questions that you might have so far, or if you're curious about anything. You should see how my right monitor looks right now. It's just a whole bunch of it's 3 windows with my Streamlabs, my YouTube, and my TikTok live all in one side. I'm glad I got vertical. But yes, test. Yeah, I do see you on both, Kel. I see you. Let me go ahead and get on my alt account so I can check 100% that my chat is working. Oh yeah, okay, that's fine. How do I play Seven Wonders? Seven Wonders is terrible chart. Don't play it. Seven Wonders is one of those songs that I cannot play for the life of me. Closest one is 40 minutes, etc. I'm sorry. Rin, hello. Welcome to MDX 101, where I talk about everything maimai, most things maimai, and try to answer your questions as much as I can. Oh yeah, no. I used to take breaks up to like 2 weeks, and my arms would get completely blasted. Oh my god, hey John Maimai. Alrighty. So, just to triple check here. What happened with today? Why are we why aren't you playing Maimai? Oh, okay. Friends were busy. That's fine. That's fine. Trying to adjust that. Why are there black spots on that? There you go. Okay. Now you guys are centered. But all right. It looks like we're going to have you 9 students are going to be my peeps today. When will CP Hank! Don't do it. Don't abbreviate circle pluses CP. If I get marked for that, I'm gonna actually lose my mind. I hear that it's gonna be by the end of this month. And we'll be able to get our first update. So, but I think like other regular updates, it'll open by 5 rather than the next by the end of maintenance. So it'll open up if you're in Pacific Standard Time around the 20th. Yeah. If you're here in the US, this is for me. You can calculate the times as you need. But for us, it'll open. Maimai will be on Circle at 3 o'clock, and then by 5, the data update will happen. It will go ahead and do that, and it'll be 5 p.m. Your rating will be reduced because of the new chart calculations. There will be new songs that you will have to play. Don't abbreviate Circle Plus. It's like that every version. From Buddies to Buddies Plus, and then you know, Prism Plus. It always happens. Your rating will always decrease. If you're at 10 point, okay, it depends if you filled out your top 15. I think you will probably be reduced by a good 1.5k or 2k. Yeah, no, maimai is a very, very expensive expensive hobby. I don't blame you. All right, so now that we have as much people as we're probably gonna get, your prism charts will get your prism plus charts will get slimed out because circle plus will be the new top 15. But now that we have everybody here, it's 9:45. Let's not stipulate this any longer. For everybody that's in here that's completely new and you know you want to learn a little bit more, this is a completely introductory lecture. So there's not going to be anything too crazy in here like Umiyuri or trying to learn 14 pluses or anything of the sort. So here we are. This is about me. So I'm going to move chat down here real quick on the YouTube stream. I will be a teacher today. I was born September 21st. You know, you know, that one Earth, Wind, and Fire song. Very beautiful song. And I started playing during my universe. I was on and off at the time, so I didn't really take it seriously until Buddies. So it took an entire version for me to get into it, as I am now. I took it seriously for about I think we're at our year 3. That's when I started calculating and really trying to go for rating and stuff like that. Currently sitting at 16,274. I am not an old player, but I'm at least a decent player. So again, even though I'm not like top 100 players, you can take my advice with a pinch of salt. I will not be hurt. This is me with my Mogogo, with my Moko-chan, and then this was me in Texas during the during Otoge SA, San Antonio. I completed Kaleidoscope begrudgingly on 100 life. I wanted to do 50, but no such thing. No dice. I started outside the US, yes, Kel. And then I was playing in the Philippines for a little bit before I started playing in Japan on and off as well. Got down to the US, and I played in certain secret arcades that had the maimai machine, or I played maimai Finale. I wish I could get a $900 controller so I can practice at home, but you know, the community is always best. And right now, as I am working and finishing out my degree, I am traveling the US and trying to go to each state and try and push for maimai to be in the mainstream, just like every other rhythm game out there. Yeah, ver.usa location. Then, alrighty. So, maimai got released. In case you didn't know, the birthday for maimai was about a few days ago, July 11th. It's currently 14 years old. Say happy birthday to maimai. Say happy birthday, happy belated birthday to maimai. It used to be exclusive for 3 years of its first years of life until maimai Pink, when it was released in Indonesia, and then the years after it would be released in Singapore, Australia, China, all other places like that, all the way up until 2025, late 2025, it would land on US shores. It features the wonderful 8 notes, as we know, and despite it being touchscreen, it's not like your phone touchscreen, it's a pressure touchscreen. So any amount of pressure, it doesn't matter if it's hand, plush, gloves, anything, as long as it puts enough pressure for the sensors to recognize it, it will count. Our goal is always to keep 101% or go up to 101%. Hello, Dropstop Classic, everybody, welcome in. Maimai with 12 buttons because I keep hitting the plastic in between. So what type of notes are present? We have plenty of note types. There's 7 note types, which is why the tutorial takes so long. I feel the tutorial is at least 3 minutes or so. Yeah, playing it with gloves helps a lot. So try to, it also protects you as well, unless you have a skin condition to which I'm sorry. But yes, there are 7 note types outlaid in the tutorial. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes, and there's a lot to consider between each note type because the timings are not all the same. So we have your typical tap notes and hold notes. Tap notes are these little circles. They can be purple or yellow. This signifies, the color signifies if it's a standalone note or a double. If it's yellow, it means 2 notes are happening at the same time. It can be both a tap and a touch note and a break note, a slide note and a tap note. As long as 2 notes are happening at the same time, it'll be in yellow. Exactly. Just hit the note. Just hit this dot when it reaches the line. Very simple. For you to get a perfect, not critical perfect, all you have to do is match it within 50 milliseconds, which isn't too bad. I think that's about 5 frames ish. So pretty decent. Not too crazy. These are our touch exclusive notes. These will always show up in the touchscreen. You have four notes. Let's talk about touch notes first. It'll be 4 arrows, as indicated around here, that will climb towards the center point, and that is where you will touch. These have very, misleading timings. You would think that they happen sooner than they actually do, but it's much later. Same thing as touch hold notes. Instead of 4, translucent arrows, it's 4 colored triangles. So what will happen is these 4 triangles will reach towards the center point, but now this time around you're going to hold that sensor of the screen until there's going to be a little bar that shows up around the triangles, and it'll pop away once it's done. Touch notes are quite open when it comes to timing. This is, to get a perfect, you have to be at least early within 150 milliseconds, or you can be up to 200 milliseconds late. These things, I think they did consider it well with the fact that it's touchscreen. Being precise is quite difficult, especially when there's discrepancies like non-proper grounding, the surrounding area. If there's a roller coaster in your area, in your arcade, like certain time zones that I know, and certain Texas arcades that has a whole amusement park inside the building. So we'll go ahead and thanks Sega for not making it within 50 milliseconds, because that would be absurd. Next, we have slides. This is one of the more complicated patterns. You have to, not in the beginning, at least. In the beginning, no. You tap the note and then you follow the star and finish the slide, and you get a perfect. This can be a double as well, with the 2 slides happening at once, and then you just follow the area, and the star will signify when for you to stop. There are certain sensor areas that are very specific, but I don't have the map on that yet. But the idea is that you want to finish the slide as the star enters the last sensor. And the good thing about slides as well is that they also have very nice timings. It's plus or minus around 233 milliseconds. So you can finish it rather early and or late, and it'll still count as a perfect. Not a critical perfect, but it'll be enough for you to not lose a chunk of accuracy over some discrepancies. If you were to mind block for a second, Yeah. Next, we have EX notes. This is one of the most forgiving note types in the game. They can be holds or taps. They're indicated with a shimmer, so you'll see it glow. So as long as you just hit it, as long as you just tap the button or just hit the note on the screen, it will count as a critical perfect, not just a perfect, a critical perfect. This is unlike slides and touches. It still has a little bit of a tighter window than those touch note note types, but you have a good amount of frames. I think this is about 50-60 frames here that we're talking here. So if you miss it entirely, that's on you. You can spam the screen and it'll count as a perfect. They're mostly in early masters where a player is getting used to more difficult patterns. So they use this to cushion it and make the chart not as bad. Oh. Finally, the most terrible note type in existence. I hate this thing. This is devil incarnate. This is horrible. You're not even you will hit this and think, why did you lose accuracy? So, break notes. This didn't actually used to be as bad when it was in Finale or pre-DX days, basically. All it was that it would give you bonus points if you hit it critical perfect, and that was it. It wasn't until the DX era when we went into a score overhaul that these notes became a real problem. So break notes count as five notes in the basic score. If we look back, how I said that there was 101%, that 1% is the break score bonus points. And then the basic score, which is the other 101%, which includes everything else. Breaks are worth 5 notes in the basic score, and then whatever percentage in the break score. So it's heavy. It's both heavy and important. You don't want to miss it, and you definitely don't want to get a grade on it. So these require the highest accuracy possible within the game that is conceivable. It's around 16, 17 milliseconds. There are such things as high perfect and low perfect. Those go into, I think, 30 and then 50 milliseconds. If you go less than critical perfect, you will lose accuracy accordingly to the amount of, according to the amount of milliseconds that you missed. Break touch notes should not be added, Rin. Please do not say that to me. So this mechanic was added because getting all perfects and getting really good scores, 101%. They wanted to make sure that getting that was a real challenge. Like, you couldn't just get it easily within maybe a week or two. So you will always lose a certain amount of percent if you hit a perfect low. That's why break notes are so hated, and is considered very carefully when the mappers are making their chart. Dor and Remilia, every single one of those guys, all of the top players, Dor, Remilia, Non, TRG, Yoshiki, all those top players are always fighting for 101% when a song is released. They want to be the first one to hit it. Now these days it's not about getting up to 101%. It's who can get to 101% first. Because over time, most of the top players will always reach 101%. It's just a matter of time. It's just about who can do it the fastest. So it's not like DDR where points are, where each note is basically like a break note. It's more, because of the scoring system, it makes it more of a race every time a new chart is released. And then after that, if you can't get, if everybody has 101% pretty fast within the first week, they'll go for DX score. We'll go into DX score in a minute soon. But let's continue for the more newer crowd. This is the worst note in the game. Everybody can agree to it. So these are some of the few basic patterns that I want to go over that I feel are important to those that are just starting. And for the people that have already started and want to focus in on a weaker spot. So I want to talk about overhand, underhand. These are very prominent in swing timing songs like Secret Sleuth, Imitation Doll. All of those songs always have a overhand, underhand. This is a Doll's Judgment right here. So this is button 3. So you're going to anchor at button 3 with your right hand, and then with your left hand, you will cross over the anchoring hand back and forth to do this pattern. And then over here, this was in Secret Sleuth. You will do jacks in a very swing-like pattern. So you'll do 2 with your left hand. You do 2 notes with your left hand, and then cross over underneath it with the right hand, and then cross your left hand over your right hand to hit button 3. Oh, excuse me. This increases a lot of button confidence, and most importantly, just has you much more used to traveling around the circle. A lot of the times, newer players have trouble hitting the buttons accurately. They will always be 9 times out of 10 be hitting plastic, and that's understandable. That's okay. So trying to focus in on overhand, underhand is very, very important, especially in the later charts. Next, we have anchoring and drills. So drills are very simple. You just go back and forth. But one of the main things that happens is the player will start treating this as doubles. They just start hitting their hands at the same time rather than doing it back and forth. That's the main problem that I see when newer players start doing drills. The longer the drill lasts, the more the higher the probability that they start doing it as doubles rather than, back and forth. So that's for me to help with that. This is my idea. This is for me, and it might not work for you, and that's okay. What I like to do is just focus on the timing on one hand, and then just fill in the rest with the left hand. As long as I know that I'm hitting the right one correctly, my right hand, right? If the drill starts on button 1 and I'm using my right hand, I will just focus on the timing of my right hand. And then I will go ahead and do my best to fill in the left hand. But I want to do my best to make sure that button 1 is being hit correctly. 9 times out of 10, not 9 times out of 10, maybe 6 times out of 10. 6 times out of 10, your hand, if you know for sure that it's gonna be on the neighboring button, that's all you need to do. Button 1. So what I mean by button 1 is right over here, right? The buttons are numbered accordingly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in a clockwise motion around the ring. So when I mean button 1, I mean this one right here, or this one right here. So I will focus my timing on button 1, and then hopefully fill in the rest with my left hand. And then we have anchoring. So anchoring is when you are doing a drill and you have to go back and forth between a set of any other button that's on the ring. So right here, this one is Southern Cross. So you can see here that you have your left hand anchoring on button 7 while you are moving back and forth between 1 and 5. So you'll do this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, bum, 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 bum. It's all back and forth. So this is really important, mostly because later charts like Kaleidoscope has anchoring. We also have, Lightning General also has that one as well. Even 13 pluses, a lot of 13 pluses. This is a 13 plus. Southern Cross is a 13 plus. Anchoring is very important. Very, very important that you got to work on. I think I also have one more. Jumps. These are any set of doubles that go across the screen. This one right here is Virtus. So you'll do 7 and 8, and then 3 and 4, then 1, 2, and then 5 and 6. This one is right before the ending of Pandora Paradox 15. You do 7 and 6, 8 and 1, and then 2 and 3. So I find this very important, again, because in streams or runs, whatever you may call it, where there's a lot of buttons coming across the screen at a very fast rate, jumping lets you builds more confidence in being able to split your mind and jump across the screen and hit the buttons accurately. These, even though they're not singular taps, being able to jump between doubles around the screen effectively prepares you for when you start doing it, when you start doing anchoring drills independently across the screen. So overhand, underhand. Then, yeah, jumps that go left and right, right over here. Like here, left and right. Say just remove the jump for 8 and 1. Going back and forth. It's a lot of stamina. A lot of stamina for you to go in between each jump. It's even worse if they are doubles. If they are doubles, you have to move your entire body, or if you are very brave, you can open your palm like this. If they're set right next to each other, you can do this. Open your palm wide. This is just a certain tech. You don't have to do it. It's not recommended. I don't recommend it unless you know 100% about the sensors on your machine. You can touch the screen for the and touch the sensors with one hand for those buttons, and then jump up and climb across. Again, do not recommend. I don't recommend it. Don't do it if you don't feel confident in it. And most importantly, it's not something that you should be doing if you are just starting this game. Or as Pump It Up players would call it, bracketing. I would not recommend palming a jump. But this was I actually didn't prepare too much today. The way that I wanted to do this was a lecture, a 30-minute lecture, and then everything else after, we can go ahead and go into my notes and then look at a certain chart if people were having trouble. What is it? Drop Stop Classy, she says that, or they say that they have trouble hitting overhand, underhand. It's really easy to get your arms tangled up in the beginning if you aren't really if you aren't aware of the spacing just yet. What I really recommend is try not to oh shit. Try not to extend your arm too much when you're playing the game. Try to get as close as you can, and when you are about to make a pass, whether it be over or under, if it's over, in the case if it's over, say we're doing a right anchor and then a left overhand. If you know that you're going to bring your left hand over, try and bring your elbow down to make space for it. And then same thing for an underhand, a right hand anchor into a left hand underhand, right? If you know that you're going to be going under your arm, try and lift your elbow a little bit to make space for your left hand to go underneath it, and then bring it right around. So again, we're now at questions. I do see a few here. Let's see. I also have YouTube questions here. 1 second. But someone did ask. I wish I had a Neuron DX. This will make things so much easier. However, I don't know if I can if I can stream with that piece of hardware. Otherwise, we might get in trouble. How can you do double, single, double around the washing machine? Oh! Okay, hold on. Double, single, double isn't really it's not that too complicated of a pattern. I don't think you're jumping ahead. What's going on, EOFBG? Let me go ahead and open up here. Open up something here. 14 plus. We're gonna change the window capture here real quick. So this is Tiamat F minor. This is a 14 plus, but it has a section here that covers what you are talking about. This is what I love about my notes. I'm so glad that they programmed this, is that I can just do streams like this. Let me get to that part. So right here, actually, before we go into it, right here is an overhand, is a forced overhand underhand. So you will start with your right hand here, bring your left hand down here, bring your right hand over your left hand into button 4, and then bring your left hand that used to be here underneath the right hand into the left hand into button 5. That is when they do hold notes here. Back then, I think this is a standard chart, isn't it? Oh my god. Yeah, it's a standard chart. Back then, hold notes had release timings. So you were forced to keep your hand there and release it at a perfect time. I will... Hold on. Maybe 140%. How about that? How about that? There we go. Ironically, is Yuri without the slides? Yes, it does. So, yes, this was a... this is very good for teaching overhand, underhand. In DX, we stopped having release timings, but as long as you hold the hold note for more than about 50% of the length of the note, it will count as a perfect. It's either 50% or 75%. I don't know. I don't remember correctly. But yeah, this is a good case of overhand, underhand. Here we have some anchor taps here. So you will tap with right, back and forth between buttons 2 and 3. When you're anchoring on number 4, you go around the thing. You go around the you go around the ring, blah 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 blah. Overhand, underhand, and then more overhand, underhand. Right here, hold on. Some jumps, blah 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 blah. Yeah, also here, overhand, underhand, while also anchoring. You're going back and forth between... Right here. Okay. Oh, you want Alea Acta S. Let me go ahead and put in everybody's chart names real quick. So that we can look at it. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, this one is a fun one, though. I cannot wait to go back on this one. My notes. I am having a stroke. I cannot spell. There we go. And then... You wanted... Z6hiba. Okay, Z6hiba is so insane. Z6hiba, you wanted the expert. Okay. Leia expert. Oh, elemental ethnic. Okay. Expert chart. Okay. It's like the maimai. It's like the maimai stream all over again, except I'm cheat. Oh, they don't have that. Ooh. Okay. You get to. All right, my watch history's off. Okay. And then Z6hiba. I saw Z6hiba. Okay. Z6hiba is one of the... This chart sucks. This chart is the worst 14.3 I've ever played. It's very stamina dependent. And that's a me problem. I have the triple S, but... You know, triple S plus is really hard. But let's go through the order of request. I'm going to have it at the average speed. I'm going to look at charts at the average speed of 6.5. Most my players are at around 7, but I think 6.5 is a great medium for all of us. Hera Master as well. Okay. Gara. Okay. Let's go through the business. But yeah, so just to finish your the explanation of double, single, double, the most important part is knowing where the outlying notes are, the singular tap notes. So as long as you know that they're gonna come back like this, you can just focus on moving your right hand and left hand beyond the anchoring double. Just go back and forth. Here, it's the same problem here. These ones as well, where you are opening wide and then hitting the center note. Again, I would recommend trying to hit it with the outermost, trying to hit the center note with the outermost hand, because your left hand is going to be here. So your right hand is going to be at button 3, button 4, and your left hand is going to be at button 7. And you know that the button, the next button is going to be here on button 6. So you want to have the closest hand or the outermost hand hit the center note here. You don't want to try and bring your right hand all the way over 2 buttons over and hit it when you have to return back to button 2 later on. But that's enough of that for now. We're going to go ahead, go back to the main, and now we're going to talk about what the heck was the name called? That one song, that one Yuri song. Arikutari no koi no uta. So this song is, what questions do you have about it, Kel? Because here, a lot of the beginning is quite easy. The ending, okay. This is when the, kind of closer towards the last chorus. Is that what I'm seeing here? Alrighty. Oh, slide tap. This one. Okay. So, I will also bring up a secondary one. Oh, we don't have that. How dare you? Okay. So, this one right here, this pattern is a back and forth. We're just going to have you look through it real quick. And then all you need to know is that you will be switching hands. So let's go back. So you start off with the double, right? This slide is about to begin. You're going to go ahead, use your right hand, tap the star, and then immediately swipe. When you finish that slide, use your left hand. This is all the tap notes at the bottom here are going to be done with your left hand. And all the stars that's happening here, all the swipes here, are going to be done with your right hand. So, tap. We're going to slow this down here. Bring this down to 0.2. Oh man, that's stupid slow. Right hand. This is all going to be the right hand. Bam. 2, 3, 4. This is all going to be right hand. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. It's like anchoring back and forth. And then at some point, try and follow here. Hold on. So right, left, right, left, right. And then you're going to go all the way up. And right here, With this, your body is set up to have your left hand at the bottom here, the right hand at the top. And then you will do the doubles here. Now right here, this sets you up for the second half of this song, where your right hand is now at the bottom of the screen and your left hand is at the top of the screen. So you do the double. Keep your left hand up on button 8. Keep your left hand up there. You're gonna go ahead and do the same as you did the chorus before. You're gonna swipe with your left hand, and then with your right hand, go in between the tap notes and finish the slides with your left hand. So left, right, 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 left, right. I wish there was an Umiyuri version of this pattern too. It's basically very convoluted Umiyuri. That's what it is. Because instead of just going back and forth in between a set of doubles, you are now forced to move your hand, move your your non-anchoring hand all over the screen while you're doing a very wide motion. You're splitting your mind in half to do this kind of pattern. So what I also recommend, I think I already done it here. I told another person about it. Someone did ask for it. I'm not gonna have the audio on because I feel like that's when I think this is when TikTok starts absolutely blasting me. This song, We Are Us, is a very good chart to start learning it. To start learning that pattern that Aritaktari does. So right here. Come on. You can see, right? Just like in Aritaktari, you start with your right hand at the top, and then the left hand at the bottom. This is a level 13. Level 13. Obviously, we don't have the chart, but it is a 13. But yeah, you start at the right. This is think of this as a much simpler version of it, right? You start with the right. You start with your right hand, and you swipe in between. And then you'll be set up. The chart will then set you up to do the swiping with your left hand while you move in between the notes with your right hand. So left hand. So we'll do that again. Bum, 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 bum. Da, 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 da. Right hand swipe, and then it'll start setting you up for the left hand swipe. Da, 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 and bam. And then everything else. It starts, I think it repeats itself. Now, don't be fooled here. It's the same thing, but now there's just notes. As you can see here, these are EX notes, so you don't have to worry like you would with a normal song, with a normal tap note. Hey, what's up? What's up, Effin? Splash Dance also has something like this. You would be correct, yes. Oh. So right over here, just like before, you know, right hand swipe, just a lot faster. And then you're gonna go ahead and prepare yourself for the hand switch here, left hand swipe. So if you want a song to get better at this song here, I would highly recommend We Are Us, level 13. Next, we're gonna look at Alea Acta Est. This expert is a little weird. Because it is a 12.9, so it's on the more difficult side. What do you have? I have Drop Stop Classy here who is requesting it. What is it that what do you feel that you're having trouble on? While I bring up the other charts real quick. Thank you, libraries, for thinking that this is. I'm glad that you feel that this is helping a little bit. Okay. The triplet drills and the swingy taps. I also have to look back at this again. It's been forever since I had this. I played this 12 plus. I do remember liking it around the middle of the song. Oh, here it is. Yeah, okay. Okay. Also a good chase point of... Oh, okay. I see. I see. Okay. Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Okay. So let's stop right here. Oh, God. Okay. Okay. So this is a good case of anchoring right here. Da-da-dun, 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 dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. You see how they go back and forth, but there's a good space in between them that it isn't really like a drill. I would highly recommend in your brain, if you can, when you're at home, let me go ahead and speed this up. What I recommend doing is, instead of trying to treat this section as an entirety, right? So all these notes in buttons 1 and 2, trying to think of it as a trying not to think of it as one big drill. Just bring it down into bite-sized pieces, just those 3. Kel says here that they recommend looking at the listening to it on the train. That's actually really good if you have the time, if you have the free time, and you have like Spotify or YouTube or stuff like that. Listen to it on the train. Listen to it wherever you can. Hold on. Oh! Excuse me. So, sorry, I was looking at chat. Ugh. Yeah, treat it as triplets, as what they are, as singular units. In fact, I think TikTok has already marked me down. So let's see here. I don't think I got a warning just yet. So I think we'll be just fine. I'm going to turn off my BGM, and then we're going to listen to this together. Boom. And now? You guys hear that okay? Yeah, I think TikTok's letting me out. Pay close attention to the right side here, okay? We're gonna go ahead into that section you were talking about. So this section here. The good thing about this pattern in this song is that it doesn't really have you do overhand underhand like Secret Sleuth or Doll Judgment would have you do. So it's just a little bit of awkward timing. So if we look over here, you see how his hand anchored on certain points of the song? I feel like the ending points here, right? The ending songs, the ending parts of that, right? Of that section, where they go back and forth between two very distinct buttons, that's much easier. It was an interesting choice to do a gallop. I don't think necessarily they are triplets, but this is a gallop. Yeah, do not treat it as a big drill. Treat it as multiple tiny bite-sized pieces, right? So I get it's easy to get that mixed up, especially if you're playing at around, what's your reading speed? Are you 5.5, around 6? Which one are you? Because if you're around 5.5 to 6, this can look this looks like a drill. This is a drill. But unfortunately, it is not. If we go even lower to like 5, this becomes even less distinct. And it's not really your fault for, you know, reading at that speed, but reading it as is 6.5. Even then, right here, this still looks like a drill. IMO. This still can look like a drill. So when you're listening to it on the train, when you're listening to when you're listening to it at all, try on your own, piece it together. Try and think of it as a horse. It is like your Uma Musume trotting down the track. It's different than it's like trots or gallops are 16th notes. There are 16th notes that are disjointed. They are missing that last 4th note. So it sounds like they might be triplets or offbeat, but they are technically still 16th notes. Because I was thinking about it, why would it be triplets, multiple triplets around in a song as, you know, straightforward as Alea Octaest? I hope that helps at least a little bit. Do you have any other questions about Alea Octaest before I move on? Because I'm going to go to Zevel, and this is a terrible 14.3. This is a tough 12.9, I will say. Because of that drill section alone, it's very easy to lose accuracy there. A lot of it, there's some... The only other problem that I can find in this song is a lot of the offbeat holds. If you hit those great, holds are worth, I think, 5 or 3 notes in the basic score, so they do have some weight on them. All right, okay, good. So, yeah, but yeah, I'm looking at this. The ending looks, you know, pretty straightforward. Don't miss those breaks, and you'll be fine. So while we do that, we're gonna go into Zevel. Where's homie that said Zevel? I think he might have left already. So well, since he's technically gone, I'm gonna put this in the back. And we are gonna go look at Elemental Ethnic. I loved this song for like 5 minutes before I started thinking to myself, wow, I hate this song. So what about Elemental Ethnic is troubling you, do you feel? Miss Libraries. while we just watch this run through. Maimai, hello, Blues. Seems pretty straightforward. Again, the roundabout double single double. Okay, let me like this one, or is it more towards the end? Near the end. Okay. Oh, that's a funny drill section. Okay. More at the end. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, let's look at that real quick. The guy who recommended Z6hiba, I think he's gone. So we're gonna go to Elemental Ethnic real quick. Stream Station 64, thank you for the like. Appreciate that. Easier way of looking at it. Okay. Let me slow this down. So we'll look at it like this. So right here, this is actually a very easy pattern to kind of split your mind to, right? Just know you will never ever cross over your arms. Okay? You do not have to do any of this. You don't have to do any like overhand, underhand. You are always going to have your arms parallel to each other. I think this is on 1080p HD. I think the stream is just bringing down the resolution. Okay. So right here, your arms should be at, your left hand should be on button 1 and your right hand on button 2, right? So the second you get to this note, right? Bring your right hand down to button 3 and bring it back down to button 4, okay? You will be doing a very early hand transfer. So hand transferring is when you are splitting a spin into 2 separate hands rather than doing it all in one. So this is like I think of this as like a baby hand transfer. It's treating you how to do hand transfers. So you're going to go ahead and basically drag your hand down. I would recommend tapping it, but you can drag your hand down and bring your left hand. Once you're done hitting the left with your left hand, button 1, prepare your hand and bring it down to button 5. So it basically looks like this. Let me go ahead, back up here. So bum, 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 bum. Same story with the right hand. When you reach the bottom right here, the bottom taps right here, you will tap with your right hand button 4 on that double, as you see right here, and then prepare your hand to go upward to hit button 8 at the end of the other double. So I will go ahead here, and then you basically just repeat that. So let's go back into my notes because my notes doesn't have Elemental Ethnic. Yeah, when YouTube slows things down, it really brings down the frames per second. So again, let's run that over one more time. Oh, perfect. Oh, YouTube, why did you die? So you've hit the double at the right, on the right hand side with your left hand and your right hand. And then you brought your right hand down, ending at button 4, and hitting that double with your left hand on button 5. With your left hand, you are going to hit buttons 6 and 7. 6 and when you hit button 7, your right hand should prepare to hit button 8. And then you will do the same thing returning back down. You're going to bring your left hand down to button 7 or button 6, and then have your hands ready for button 5. Buttons 5 and 4. It does not go frame by frame. It goes by 3 seconds when I use the arrows. So, for my recommendation for you to try this out, just when you are practicing, just focus on the doubles. You don't have to do the middle tap. Just focus on where the doubles are. This is the great thing about this chart here, is that it teaches hand transfers really well. Preliminary, really beginning hand transfers. So if you want to make it easier to try and get your body into the motion of things, I would recommend... Oh, you're right. You're right, Kelly. You're right. So right here, right? When you're at the cabinet, you can hit buttons 1 and 2, and then just forget about the tap note here, and then hit the doubles. Just focus on the jumping doubles. So go back. You can hit 1, 2, and then 4, 5, and then 7, 8. That's what I would recommend. And then, you know, obviously on the returning side, you're going to hit 5 and 4, and then back to 1, 2, and then 5, 4 again, and then finish out the rest of the song. I feel you might be, my hypothesis here from what I'm hearing is that you're getting tangled up, and you really shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. Your body, your arms should be parallel at all times whenever you're doing this song, right? You're reaching over 1 and 2, bring your arms down again to 5 and 4, still parallel to each other, and then you'll be back up here, left and right hands parallel to each other. Then once you're hitting these jumps here, these jumps back and forth, you can try and hit the notes, hit the inner notes on 3 and 6. So you can try that when you're at the cabinet. Next, we are going to look at someone said Hera. Who said Hera? Hera, same dude who asked for Hera and who asked for Zevel went for Hera as well. So we are going to we're not going to look at that. We're going to look at Alltail. Okay. Yeah, Hera was that Woody guy. I don't know where he is. So we're going to leave that out for a bit. Yeah, I think I'm only looking at one other person here. So we are actually going to look at Alltail. Alltail is very, very funny. Very, very funny. And is one of the first like slow delayed slide songs that people are introduced to. Please don't play an ad. Okay. What do you feel is troubling you here? because this song has quite a good bit of treble sections. I do have an ad block installed. Are we talking about the trailing slides? The triangle slides, okay. Triangle trailing slides here. This one kind of stumped me also, I'm not gonna lie. Hold on. Let's go back real quick. Oh, I'm having a stroke. There we go. Okay, let's go. Back. Okay. So, this one is a little bit tricky. Because, I believe that the notes, the slide, in respect to the BPM, the slides start about four quarter notes after you, not 4 quarter notes, 4/8 notes after you hit that first star. So here's what's gonna happen, right? You're gonna hit every single one of those stars, right? So you do the double here with the 2 breaks, right? So 1, 2, 3. Stop. I think I went too far. I did go too far. My bad. I went an entire 15 seconds. Hello? What happened? We'll just start from this section, right? So you hit that star, and then, yeah, you should definitely add Altair to your practice start list, to your delayed slider list. So hit this star, hit the second star, hit the third star, right? Do you notice how none of these are moving? None of these have moved just yet until the 4th note. Then the stars start moving. And then once you should finish the first slide, and once you finish that, you should hit button 3. And then you finish this slide, and then you hit button 2. What ends up happening is you create a set of doubles for yourself. So tap all 3. You tap all 3 notes. Yeah, your brain says move. Your brain says you want to go now. You don't want to mess up this slide. You don't want to be late. 9 times out of 10, you're going to be early if you think that way. If you think that you're going to be late anywhere in this game, in this chart alone. So once the 4th note hits, right, you have a double here. You can think of it as a double. Once you finish the slide, you hit another tap note at the same time. And then you bring your hand all the way up here. And look here. Now you have another double. And then you finish this slide. Look, you have another double right here. And now, just like before, right? When you hit that double earlier, or when you finish that slide earlier, you hit a star. That's the first star. Here's the second star. Here's the third star. Nothing has moved. Continue here. Once that 4th note happens, you tap that 4th note, this star is going to move. And then here's this double here. And then this star is going to move. And then you'll hit the double right here. And then this star is going to move. And look at that. Another double right here. And then you're going to go ahead. Look at this. Another set of triangles. So here's that star. Star there. Star there. And then that 4th note happened. Now this set Now this slide is going to start. Now you have a double here that you just hit. Go down here. There's another double that was hit right there. And then right over there, you're going to finish that slide. And then boom. Now that star. Now this star. This star right here, also quite special. So you hit that double. Now you do not finish that slide. Yeah, slide on yellow note. Now right here. Yeah, I think, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're correct. Correct. Slide on yellow note. So once that double happens, boom, that slide is going to start. Don't move just yet. You see all these tap notes? Then you're going to hit the slide right over here. Just still purple notes right here. Slide on yellow. And then right over here, at button 6, slide on yellow as you hit that double. Slide on yellow, 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 and then, you know, slide when that set of taps are done. Here, this section, you wanna start sliding when the next star comes up. Dun, 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 dun. Star slide. Stop. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory for that part. This one is pretty self-explanatory as well. Double. Then double. 1, 2, 3. Oh, which part? Oh, yeah, Drop Stop Classic. You should look into Altail. It's pretty it's very useful for a lot of. Oh, do you need help on the self-explanatory part? This one doesn't have as much indicator as the other songs, as the other part of the song. So I will go over it. Okay. Right here. Okay. Come on, go back. So this part of the song, you're gonna want to focus on the on that light trill, on that high trills in the back. You hear how there's a good amount of, there's at least a I think like a 1/4 note or 1/8 note, 1/8 note rest. So for those tap notes, right? The timing is dun 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 dun. So you hear that little bit of a break in between. So this one right here, right? Bum 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 bum. So when you start bum 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 bum, and that slider is still sitting there, when the second one starts, the second bum 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 bum, you're gonna start the slide. Dun 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 dun. Now dun 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 dun. Now dun 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 dun. Ba 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 ba. Dun 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 dun. Now dun 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 bum dun 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 dun. Then the break and then slide on yellow. And then it's very easy to start it first. When that second rhythm starts, you'll start sliding. Correct. You are correct. So we'll go over that one more time. Da, da, da. After Pandora's pretty hard, yeah. Now, 1, 2, 3, go. Then 1, 2, go. And then there's swing sections out here. Everything else is basically, yeah, this is basically the first section. It's basically just the first section all over again. This spin, if you want, hold on. What I highly recommend is right here. Hold on. So you see how it spins this way, right? But the slide goes this way. This one, if you want to, if you really, really want to, you can go ahead and hand transfer here, right? Hand transfer in here also makes sure that you don't splash the spin. You can slide in the touchscreen if you want. You can. What I do is I hand transfer. So I bring my right hand up, and when I hit button 4, bring it back down with my left hand. And then tap the right note here. But what you can also do, let me go back another bit here. So you finish that slide, bring your right hand down, and then start spinning. You can do that. It's gonna be a little bit hard to do the timing. What I would do is look at button 4 when I start my spin and try and reach button 4. Or not button 4, button 1. Because we're starting on button 4. I'm going to try and look in button 1 to match the timing for that, and then follow the rest of the spin afterwards. And then the slide comes right after. Very simple. Very, very simple. But very hard to do. Because the song is 2 minute 30, so just like any other normal song, but there's not a lot of tap notes or notes in general, so each note is very heavy, has a lot of percentage in the bass score, so very, very important not to hit greats on any of these. But that is my recommendation for All Tail. Those are my ideas. The chorus. Let's talk about this section right here, right? Let's talk about this. 1. What I do. This might not be how you feel about it. So, you have tapped this star with your right hand, right? I will take, for this one right here, on button 7, I will take my left hand and drag it down to hit button 6. So bum 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 bum. Again, one more time. We're on button 3. Bum 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 bum. Bring your left hand down. Just drag it down. You don't have to like hit it. Yeah. Same thing up here. So hit the tap notes up here, right over here. Dun 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 dun. Drag it like this across buttons 1 and 8. Ba-bam. And then once you hit the star here, once you hit that, that's your signet. That's your sign to start finishing the slide here. And then so on and so forth. You don't really, for me, I just can't find myself hitting the button here, hitting the star on button 3, and then whipping my hand over to yeah, I can't imagine myself trying to whip my hand over after I hit the star with my left hand and try and jump up here to do this kind of double right here. I would highly recommend, just for my play style, I will hit those little gallops right there with 1 and 8. Yeah, I know. I hope I can get it sorted out too. Because talking about it and trying to explain it with words is very difficult. I wish I had my own machine that I can just kind of be like, hey guys, this is how I play it, this is how I would do it, and then be able to like reset over and over again, but you know, it's beyond me. Hmm. Ah, but that is what I would recommend. And just like the chorus before it, right? You're gonna want to delay. You want to delay your slides. Try to slow down. In your head, I would recommend bringing your slider offset to either zero point 0.3 or zero point 0.5. That way, the slider comes up way later, so you aren't really inclined to try and finish it as fast as you can. Because the arrows haven't appeared yet. You know, so it also tricks your brain into not forcing yourself to go fast. Yeah, if that is the case, um, there's really nothing to look over at Hera, do we? There isn't really too much to look into Hera. Um, I think we all know what we're here for. I think we all know what's up here. This chart right here is you know, you know. I did the Hera trend once. I'm not gonna do it any more than that. I'm okay. So it was funny doing it once. Don't want to kick a dead horse. Kick and uh beat a dead horse here. Um, this drill is very funny. This drill right here, you can cheese it. You can cheese it. Oh my god, it got up to a 14.3. God bless. I thought it was still a 14.1. Yeah, no. I made sure to do that. I recorded that video when nobody was there. It was literally 11. It was 11 a.m. Nobody was in that arcade except for us. So but this one right here, you can cheese. If the chart in any chart actually, if the um if the jacks here are close enough, you can have your thumb touch the screen and your whatever amount of fingers that you use for the button, right? On the button and tap them both at the same time in 24th note succession. And it will count as all perfect. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Close to that. Yeah, 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 yeah. The double hold on. That's the PC. I don't have. Oh wait, I think I do have. I do have a Japanese keyboard. Hey. That's the PC. Okay. Not the 14 plus, the 12 plus. Okay. Yeah, expert. 12.9. Oh, it was it was started by Jack. Haven't seen that guy since, Jack the Ripper. It's been a while. I keep forgetting he exists. IMO. I think this will be the last song that we look over. I think what's our runtime right now? Let's see. We're looking at an hour 30. I think that's good. But yeah. Da, 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 da. I'm seeing a lot of doubles here. Hold on. Oh my god. Okay, this Okay, this is a funny one. This is like no hatred at all. This is a very funny set of doubles right here. This is EX. This is not EX. EX, not EX. EX. So you cannot. I tried to do it. Yeah, no, you're gonna end up getting a great break, and then your entire score getting turned into mush. So it is really best. I did it before on A1 and A8, where it's double tapping. Kind of right around here, you feel? Not yellow notes? Two taps on A1, and then two taps on A8. Where is that part in the song? I think somewhere it's in the middle. Okay, let's try to do here. I'm just gonna run through it here until we hit it. It might be here. Oh! Okay, yeah, we found it. Yeah, yeah. So it isn't necessarily this isn't necessarily too crazy, right? But because it is a good amount of strain on your arm to do this amount of jacks for so long. Because what is this? It's like all the way up to it's close to like 15 or so seconds. 15 seconds of jacks. So if you want cheese, this is what I recommend. On the beginning of that first note, right? You can hit the tap note with your hand on the button, and then you can swipe your hand down onto the screen to hit the second tap. Yeah, sliding button to screen. You can do that. You can do that, but you have to time it really well because it's not that fast, you know. It's not that fast compared to something like Latent Kingdom, right? But what you can do when it comes to these, you can go ahead, try and keep your when you tap the circle, it's not Osu. When you tap the button, right? Try not to rebound your hand. Try and keep it as close as possible. Once you tap that button, just go ahead and try and lay it there. Try and keep it there for you to tap on it again, if that makes sense. Try not to rebound off of the button as much as possible. That way you can be ready for the next set of taps. This also reduces strain on trying to bring your hand back to the button. Since it's already there, you don't have to go ahead and try and swing it back. You can go ahead and practice that with this song in particular. Um, and then I think another good one. I actually don't have one actually. You can also try to do igaku. You can try to do igaku, the trill, for that 13 plus that goes between right and left. You can try and do that as instead of treating it as EX notes, you can try and do it as fast as you can. Vibrate is what I recommend. Just try and vibrate on those buttons, which sounds really weird, but you'll get it when when you start going on the cabinet. So, but that will be it. You should try Igaku. Try the Master Igaku. It's a very good fun chart. It's not great to grind, I'll tell you that, but it also isn't a bad chart to try out. That will be it for today. This will be our okay, my DX, just don't load up. That's fine. Make me look like a fool. Yeah, no, I love Igaku. Igaku's a really good song. I used to listen to it all the time because it was a popular Teto song at the time. But with that, that is everything. Thank you for coming to the lecture. Since I did stream on YouTube, that means this will be saved, and you can look back on it if you ever need to. In turn, thank you everybody for coming in and having questions and watching me lecture about maimai. Thank you again for coming in. Thank you for allowing me the pleasure to teach you, because I do like talking about maimai and I do like playing the game, and I love teaching people maimai. It's very good. I'm currently injured again, so my left wrist, whenever I bring it back and forth like this, it hurts. So I will not be able to play maimai quite well as of late. So, but wish me. It was probably because of Tunagate. It was probably because of Tsunagite. I hit that and I was so done already with my day. I was ready to go home after that. I was horrendously ready to go home. So, in turn, thank you everybody for coming in. Thank you for letting me teach you. I hope you do bring in more students, and if they ever have any questions in general on or off of stream, they are more than welcome to ask, and you are more than welcome to recommend us. 14 plus voter sucks. I hate to look over it. I hate studying it, but I need to look at it. Until then, until the next lecture, which is tomorrow, we most likely will be going into spins, a little bit of history about the game, and then Umiyuri, a little bit of Umiyuri, just to get into the newer people, because everybody loves newer people. Everybody loves the newer people love the Umiyuri, the lesbian ocean. So in turn, thank you everybody for coming in. Thank you again. I will now end stream. I hope all of you. Yeah, as tomorrow. We're at a hour 40, and my throat is starting to hurt. And we always have more time tomorrow. Refrain, Fixer is just Umiri. Refrain is Refrain is a nicer delayed slide chart. But yes, until then, everybody, thank you. Jane, matane. Bye bye.